Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sophie's Safe Space. Today we're going to be talking about being your authentic self. Yes, being your true self, owning up to who you are, embracing every part of yourself, flaws and all, your weird sides, your silly sides, resisting the urge to blend in, even though it seems so easy to do that. We're going to be talking about standing up to our own truths. And I love this topic because I am currently on that journey of accepting who I am, finding out who I am, and just embracing every part of myself. And joining me today is my very, very, very dear friend, Babanifemi. Her name is so unique. Actually, anytime I introduce you to anybody or tell you talk about you, then Babanifemi.
That's my name.
I love that name so much.
Thank you so much.
Together we're going to be talking about it. I brought her here today because she's also on that journey. And we connect on that because we are both two girls just trying to figure out life. Trying to find ourselves in this world. And I know this podcast is going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. So first off, Nife, I would like you to introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, my name is Babanifemi and I just finished serving. I am a lover of God. My faith is a very integral part of who I am. I am the elder sibling of two. My brother is also my best friend. There's that. I love reading. I love music. I love dancing. Not too good at it, but I love expressing myself through dance. I love being with people that have positive energy. I like being in safe spaces. Is one of the reasons I was so excited to be on this podcast because in my head I could never put it into words. I could never articulate properly, but when Sophie told me, I've started this, it just clicked. I'm like, yes. And then she told me the name and I was squealing. I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. I am a believer that there is something unique that each person brings to the world and that we should let our colors show. It sounds cliche, it could sound, we've heard that a lot, but it's something I genuinely believe in, that no one is a mistake and you are not supposed to be the second best version of someone else. There's something you bring to the table. You may not see it yet, it may seem small, but there's no one who can do the things you do the way you do them. And it is such a big belief. It is something I really love. It's something I really love seeing in people. And it is something where when I let myself express those things, when I let myself be myself, I think I am the most proud of myself in those moments.
So we're talking about being yourself, authentically yourself. Why is this topic of being your authentic self, why is it important to you?
I think that as someone who lived for a while, a long time, not just kind of going with the flow and doing whatever was expected of me in the moment, when I discovered that as a human being, I have a temperament, I have a personality, and I saw that my feelings were valid. I didn't have to suppress certain things and act in certain ways. It unlocked something in me, and I began to see that there are other people. I wasn't just the only one going through that, doing certain things just to live up to certain societal expectations or standards, or doing what I was doing just to fit in. Knowing how tired I felt and how exhausting it was for me to do those things, and discovering that there was a flip side, that I didn't have to be that person and do those things, it made it a very, I don't know, it's such a concept for me. When I get into it, it's something I can talk about for a long time. I'm just you have likes, you have dislikes. Why don't you focus on this? Why don't you focus on that? You don't just do things because, this is how everybody has always done it, and all that. So I think knowing how hard it can be, it takes more energy to conform than it does being your real self. I've seen myself on both ends. I've seen myself conforming, and I've seen myself stepping out and embracing myself, my quirks, my faults, like my I don't know how to put it, my very core. So knowing what I feel, what I felt, and what I feel now it makes all the difference, and I think it could make all the difference for other people as well. So I think that's why it's such a big topic to me.
This topic is actually very important to me as well, because it was this year that I really became very self-aware. And I said this in the previous episode as well, that it was this year that I discovered that I was a chronic people pleaser.
Wow.
And when I realized that, because when you're a people pleaser, you're focused on how to please others, how to make sure that you don't offend others, how to stay in everybody else's good graces, and all of that. And you cannot be yourself when you're a people pleaser, because you're trying to please everyone, and to do so, you have to pretend, you have to conform, you have to put yourself down to be something else for someone else. So when I realized that, I was like, no, I have to discover who I am, because in the process you lose yourself. And so discovering who you are, embracing who you are, and being able to now fully express who you are confidently, that is a journey that I'm currently on. So when I reached out to you yesterday, and then you were telling me about how this is what you want to talk about, I was like,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So to you, what does being your authentic self mean to you? What does that mean?
I think it means I think it's a level of self-awareness that you reach where you start to own certain parts of yourself. Like you break it down. I think it takes quite a bit of introspection, because for a long part of your life, you are trained, we're indoctrinated about what is good and what is bad and blah, 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 blah. But there comes a time, and there should come a time, when you sit down and you start to ask yourself questions. You start to, do I like that?
Do I really
like that? How do I feel about what just happened? Am I keeping quiet because I feel it's the right thing to do, or because I just rather let it pass over me, and I don't want to wade into those waters? Am I smiling? Is this joke funny to me? Like, is this situation a funny thing to me, or do I think it's disgusting? Like, why would you make... I think I had to get to that point where I'm like, oh, that's not funny. And that's it. I think it's owning your voice, and it's owning your color. But it starts from that level of self-awareness, from sitting down with yourself. I think a lot of us don't sit down with ourselves. We're always outside, we're always with people. We're always plugged into something. Or even if you're not with people physically, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're listening to songs, and all those things they have their place, they are good, right? But there are times where you sit in the silence and you hear what it is that your mind is saying to you. You'll be shocked. Like, I could sit down. There were times when I was hearing such self, I think they're called deprecating thoughts.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, is that me? Am I thinking that about myself? And, I try to escape for a bit, because nobody wants to hear that. So you plug in again. You go out, or you listen to music, or you get busy. But there comes a time when you sit down and you listen to those thoughts, and then you find the truth about those things. And if it has to do with making a list, if it has to do with deliberately reminding yourself, right, all those things are valid. All those things are part of this journey, because I've discovered that life is a journey. You make mistakes, you pick yourself up, you do the right things, you pat yourself on the back and all that. So I think for me, being my authentic self means knowing my tone, knowing my voice. Can I pick my voice out? Can I pick myself out in a crowd, in a room of people? If I can do that, I think that is what it means to be my authentic self. It means wearing what it is that I am comfortable in. It means saying the things that I believe to be true. Not that there isn't room for correction, not that there isn't room for change or for flexibility, but first I get it out there, what it is I think about these situations. I'm open to what it is that you have to say. I'm open to your opinions. I'm open to your personality, right? I'm not saying, oh, yeah, you and me, like, we can't, no. I'm listening to you, but I'm not letting it change the core of who I am. So I think that is it, yeah.
You know, I love the fact that you talked about the social media aspect, because I feel like in this digital age that we are in, we have programmed ourselves to always look at other people. We spend every day looking at others, listening to others. What are people saying? What are people doing? What are people dressing like now? Like, we're always listening to other people constantly. When we are scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, we're listening to what people are saying. So there is never time to sit down and really listen to what you are saying. Like, really look at ourselves. And it's not good because we spend all day. I mean, I know myself. I know how many hours. Let me not even try and generalize. I know how many hours I spend on social media. And sometimes when I'm done, I just feel so exhausted because I've spent all that time consuming other people's opinions, other people's thoughts and stuff, and like what is right, what everybody should do now, and like it's exhausting.
Yeah, it is.
So self-awareness is like the first step, like taking out time to actually look at yourself, from the outside, like really look, and don't run away. Because I feel like you said, we're always trying to run away because like it gets too intense, and it's like we don't want to see our flaws, like, we don't want to see our messy side.
Am I that?
Am I really that? Because like, look at all these perfect people on TikTok, look at all these perfect people on Instagram, and then you look at yourself and you're like, no, I don't want to face it. I want to keep looking at these other pretty people. Do you get? So it's really, it's exhausting.
That was a thing for me where I was always like, I guess I didn't want to face up to what I felt were my imperfections. You're my friend, so you know that I've had self-image issues, and it's something I am working on through the help of God, right? To see myself as beautiful, to see myself as valuable. And for every time in those times when I couldn't bear the sides of myself, or couldn't bear the way I sounded, or the way like my body and all that, I would just find people who looked like what my ideal was, and I would bury myself in them, in their personalities, in their outfits, in the way they express themselves. And in my head, I'll just be like, this is what I want to be, this is what I want to be. And what I did not understand, even though it felt passive, was that I was increasing the distance between acceptance, self-awareness and self-acceptance, because I wasn't leaving space to know what Babanifemi was, who Babanifemi was, what she was thinking, what she felt like. I was concentrated. I was so focused on what every other person was doing and what those ideal people were doing. And I had to get to the point where I told myself that let's leave them first. I have nothing against these people, right? But I'm going to have to live with myself for the rest of my life. One day I won't have data. What will I do when I don't have data? One day, God forbid, what if my phone spoils and I can't listen to music, I can't turn off? What if it happens at my favorite site and it didn't happen, where I downloaded books, they closed it off? Let's not even talk about that. I think I had like a bit of mental breakdown crisis for a bit. I'm like, what do I do when I can't read about other people? What do I do with myself?
When to look at other people, and it's always so easy.
It is easier.
It's always easier to look at other people than to look at ourselves.
Or to lose yourself in the hustle and bustle of life. Like you think, I'm being productive, and it's good. I have nothing against being productive, but do you have time for yourself? Do you listen?
Tell me about a time in your life when you weren't your authentic self.
I think that happened a lot in secondary school. I think that I had I was one of those students who did well, like who did really well in primary school, and so getting to secondary school and seeing that large number of people, I thought, like, I have to step up. I can't be the person I was in primary school. Like, that's not going to cut it. We're just like maybe 18 in a class. Now I'm looking at thousands of people, 200 and something in my class. Like, the
What?
whole, like
200 and something in one class?
No, not in a class. We were
like
in
your whole
arms,
set.
but like in a whole set,
Okay,
200 and something people. So I think, and there were so many things running through my head. Would I make friends? How would I make friends? How would this? And I did not know, but as I continued, I lost, maybe I think in primary school, I had some idea of who it was that Babanifemi was. Because I think children find it easy to be authentic on that level, because it's like they don't have a lot that they are worried about yet.
And
ideally,
then they don't have phones.
Yeah, they don't. That's another thing. They don't
At least
have
in our
phones.
time, we're not having like iPad babies.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
we're having like MacBook babies.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Yeah,
is that
so
a thing? Yeah, it's
that's
a thing.
That's a thing. But like in my days, where we did not have phone.
In my days,
Yeah, where we did not have phone. So there was time to look at yourself.
Do you understand?
As a child,
Like,
and that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Like it was.
Like
good.
I knew what I liked to watch. I knew what I didn't like to watch. I knew what I liked to do. I knew what I didn't like to do. But I think it was a fear that I wasn't going to fit in. It was a fear that I wouldn't find people who liked me. I started to break myself. It wasn't
Puberty.
pretty. I didn't know. Yeah. We don't talk about how important puberty is. Like, we don't talk about it enough.
Like,
we don't talk about it
is-
enough. We think, it's just one of those things, you grow out of it. But man,
It's
it does a number. It does a number on you, right? And I remember that was when I started to feel fat. My goodness. And as early as GS2, was it GS2 or GS1? I stopped eating. I started eating just once in a day. Because I felt overweight. And I thought, at that time I didn't used to look at mirrors because I had awful breakouts. It was bad. So I tried to avoid mirrors. I started eating once a day. I remember that Viju strawberry. And then when I got home, I would eat a proper meal. That was all I was eating consistently for, like, I think GS2, GS3, SS1 too, because in my head, I'm like, I have to be thin. I have to be thin. Like, I have to be thin.
And you know what? It was probably someone.
Yeah, I know what happened. Like, I don't want to talk about it, but I know what brought about the whole thing. I was body shamed. I don't think the person meant to, but like it did come out, and I was always a very sensitive child growing up, so I think I took it to heart. And then there were times where, because I wanted to keep my friends at the time, we're all cool now, like it's something we've all sorted out, but everybody was in different phases of their lives, and it was like, okay, I don't want this person to be upset with me, so this person did something or is doing something that is hurting me, but I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to let it slide because I don't want to fight. I don't want to have to, what if this person doesn't, what if this person doesn't want me as a friend anymore? And I did that like for most of secondary school. It wasn't like anybody was actively pressuring me, but because of the way I was saying things and because of my need for love and my need for appreciation and my need for validation, I did my best to just keep quiet. And I think I did lose myself, because coming out of that, I didn't have like thoughts. I didn't have, this is what I want to do, this is not what I want to do. This is like, I was telling my mom, I applied for medicine and surgery when I went to collect my JAM form. Like, it was the week of going to collect the JAM form that I decided what it is that I wanted to study. I did not think about, all I wanted to do was pass exams, move on to the next phase, make people like me, not be the weird one, because
that fear of being the
weird one, because there were things I would say and I would see people around me react like it's not that deep, but it was really deep to me. Like we're just playing. Like it's not like it was a joke. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not laughing. Like, I'm trying to laugh, but I can't laugh. But outside, I'll just cough up something that, okay, so that, I mean, they said it's not deep, so it definitely probably wasn't deep and all that. And, gaslighting myself in the process. But like, that happened. I'm happy. Well, I feel bad for that Babanifemi, because I don't want her to go. She was young. I really would not want anybody to go through that. But I'm happy that it has happened and I have come out of it. And like I'm on that journey, like you said, to be my authentic self.
Let's just admitted that teenagers don't know who they are.
It's true.
Both the victims and the bullies. We all don't know who we are. We are just teens. We don't know who we are. So there would be a lot of conforming. In secondary school, everybody is just reflecting off of each other.
Yeah, I think that
we're just like reflecting, like just because we want to fit in. Nobody wants to be left out. Nobody wants to be the weirdo. Yeah. So just to fit in, everybody's just reflecting on what everybody thinks is cool.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Nobody knows themselves. So I'm not even going to leave secondary school matter, because if you want to go into that one deserves its own podcast. Because after you now graduate from secondary school, you go to university, and that's where you now want to find yourself. You're no longer with your friends. Maybe everybody has gone to different universities now, and you're now stuck where you have to meet
new
other
people. Yeah.
So that is where you now have to know, okay, who am I? Which crowd do I want to fit in? Where do I want to find myself and all of that? So I think it was university that I would say I was. You know, I said I was like a people pleaser, right? So the thing about me is that I feel like I had a personality for different groups of people. Like that's something very common with a lot of people pleasers. It's like
your face changes
when I'm with this group of people, I will create
that persona.
You know how we used to create in games? How you create your avatar. That's literally, you create your avatar to suit this group of people. And it's crazy. It's almost like a superpower. Because the way when I just analyze you and I know, okay, this kind of person, I'll just know how to just like transform my sense of humor to match your own. Transform even my slang or whatever to just match your own. And just so I can please you and we can vibe. That is so wrong. Because when you keep doing that for different people, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It is exhausting. And you just lose yourself.
You do.
Because you're just trying to fit in. Just trying to be
you don't even know
cool.
Who you are anymore.
And then
am I quiet?
Do you
am I
get
loud? Am I interested?
And then you just become a yes person. Like, okay, should we do this? Yes. Yeah, sure, cool, let's do it. And it's like, that's not you. Are you comfortable doing it? Like you said, that's why I like that thing that you said, that is the joke really funny?
Yeah, like is it?
Like, is it really, really funny? Or was it just lame? And then, but it's like, it's automatic for you to chuckle.
Yeah,
because everybody else is
laughing.
That thing is
never
so
again,
annoying.
guys.
Like, never again. So I just love the fact that we can talk about this now. And I hope like somebody out there is also realizing like, next time that guy says that joke, ask yourself, is it really funny? You know the guy I'm talking about, because inside you will know that that joke is not funny. But because you want to fit in with the group, you want to, because the guy's probably the cool guy, you want to fit in.
Maybe it's fine.
Or maybe it's fine.
God, I beg.
You're not laughing. Really. So I think that was something I used to do in university. Like, I find myself, although I did have my people.
Yeah, we know.
You get?
Yeah, she did.
Nife was one of those people, you know, when you've done all that outside and then you come and you just have those people that you can now just be like, I'm tired of.
That's something Sophee used to
What?
When you post things with laughing emoji. And I'll just check from my bed and she's like this.
Yeah, okay.
Like, she's completely, like, there's nothing on her face, and I go back to check.
So, and I were roommates in university. So, when I post something from, like, my bed, she's seeing the emojis and everything that I'm putting on that post.
Excitement.
And, like, on my bed, my face is straight. Like, nothing is funny. So, Nife would not look at me like, are you the same person that posted this thing? Yeah, so really though, I feel like that's all we do on social media. Just like portray this
a picture,
persona. Yeah. That one is a different story. Let's even talk about what we are doing in real life. Because if you want to talk about what we do on social media, that's a whole different ballgame. So yeah, I had those people that I could be myself with, but I was always like, when I'm with people outside, different groups, I would just try to fit in and try to. So that was something I know I used to do in university, and I'm just glad I was able to finally realize it, because there's no way, nobody will tell you. You will realize that I'm tired.
Yeah, that's
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
This isn't me.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
And I just want to be done with this. What are things that you actively do to get to know yourself better? Like, what are the ways we can actually sit down and know ourselves?
Okay, I try to make time to unplug. The truth is, I when I get very excited, right, I'm all over the place. But the concept of the social battery is something that I relate with fully.
Same here.
Somebody was like, Babanifemi's battery is always at 50%. That's your, I don't even care. Like, I try to make sure that after I've done all that, I come in, I put off the music. If I have to put off the lights, I do. If I don't, and I sit down. If I have to write, I do. If I have to talk, I do, like I'm having a conversation with myself.
Girl, I do that too.
Yeah, I try to hear what it is that I'm saying. I try to hear. If I hear myself say I'm tired, I try to figure out why. What did you do today? If I feel discouraged, I try to, did I hear something? Did someone say something? Did something happen? I try to give myself, before I was someone who suppressed my feelings. I listen to my feelings, I pay attention, and I try to see what it is that they are trying to tell me, so I can adjust accordingly the next time that situation presents itself. So, I think that's it. I make time out to introspect, to actually listen to what it is that I'm saying. Then when I find out my likes and my dislikes, right, I try to plug in. Okay, I like this person. I like watching videos of this person, or I like reading these type of books. So I do that actively, right? So it kind of builds a certain type of confidence in me, because I was the type of person where even if I liked something, if other people said it wasn't cool, then I would swallow it down. Like, I would just chew it down and be like, yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool. Die. But like now I actively do try to express myself and own these things. And you'd be surprised, right, that it's not irrespective of age. When I started working at where I was working, because I work with kids, I call them Gen Z Alpha, because there's no way I'm putting myself in the same category with those children. Yeah. No, like, put them with, but like, because of how self-assured they are, like they don't do everything right? They don't know everything. Like, sometimes they make decisions and you're like, you have to be smarter than that. Like, you can't do this type of thing. But the level of confidence they have when they say certain things would make me pause, and because I would want them to like me, I would find myself trying to push in, and I remember my boss would tell me that, see, it's not everybody that has to like you. Like, in this world, even if you do your best, it's not everybody that is going to like you. You always be too much for some people, and you always be too little for some people. And you'd be surprised that people would actually respect you. Yeah. Sometimes people do certain things. Yeah, sometimes people do certain things because they think you're okay with it. You've never given them the impression that you're not okay with it. It's funny. I was really scared. I don't like hearing the F word. I really don't like it. So, but like, it is something that is really prevalent. Like, people say, like, it's not even a big deal anymore. Right? People just say it anyhow. And I remember that, like, with certain of my friends who said it a lot, I had to come out and say, and I remember how scared I was to get it out. I'm like, I don't like hearing it. In my head, I'm like, oh no, World War III. But like, I don't like, and they're like, oh, you don't? What's the problem? And I'm like, oh, like, it feels like someone is smacking me in the face whenever I hear it. Like, I don't want to tell you what to do, but in our conversations, I would. And surprisingly, the world did not come to an end. Here we are today. Glory!
That's very important. Yeah. The world will not end.
Yeah. Your people will stay. Is the truth. Your people will stay.
Your people will respect you.
Yeah, they will.
And that is one thing I love about actually being yourself, because it helps you to sieve out.
Yeah, it does.
People who should not be in your space.
It does.
It helps you to sieve them out.
When I went to camp, like, that's another thing. I don't like being in loud spaces. It was so overwhelming. There were thousands of people. I'm like, I'm seeing too many people, and like I'm getting tired just looking at these people. And like that secondary school Babanifemi was kicking in again. That they're not going to like me.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I've noticed that with a lot of people, I don't know if it's the way I was raised, feels like we don't flow on the same wavelength. I don't find some jokes funny. I'm not the type of person to watch certain things or wear certain things or act certain ways. So there's always that fear of being the weirdo, even in a group, being alone, even when there's a group of people. And so I remember for some reason, because I think it was because it was my dad that was available at that time. He called. I normally don't say things like that to him. So I was like, I'm not sure I'll make friends, like everybody. And he just weirdly went quiet. And then he said, Nifem, it's better to just be your authentic self. It's better to just be yourself. Like, the people who are supposed to be your friends will be your friends because of who it is that you portray. If you portrayed yourself as the wrong person, you are going to attract the wrong set of people. And you're going to have to
miss out on those people
on
that
the people
for you.
who would have been for you. And then the energy it takes to maintain that persona, you are not that person, so it's not going to come naturally to you. In camp, I made just one friend, but she was a friend. Like, she's still my friend, and I'm really proud that it wasn't about the number of, I was friendly with a number of people. It's not like I was, emo, but like that I could call a friend. Yes, I have that one person. Same values, same ethics, somebody I could talk to about my faith, someone who I could make jokes with, somebody who I could fall asleep with, somebody who I could eat in front of. I'm not very comfortable with it, like a lot of people, right? But like, I was Babanifemi, and she didn't run away, she didn't shy away. She not just accepted me, I could see that she genuinely enjoyed my company, and it just made me like, there's nothing wrong with me. You may not be the type of person who attracts crowds. That's fine, as long as you are sure that the people who are in your circle are people who like you for who you are.
Being yourself is being brave.
Yeah.
That is where you now start to have people who will look at you like, why are you not doing like what we are doing? Why are you? Also, on the other side, that is when you find people who will now be like, oh, where have you been?
Exactly, where have you been all my life? Do you understand? Yeah.
Where have you been? So, I mean,
yes.
Why not just, that's where you find your people.
Your people. And your people exist. I think a lot of people are worried that their people don't. Take it from me. Your people exist. Like, if my people exist, then whoever you are, your people exist. I'm not even joking.
When you took out time to, like, reflect on yourself and all, what did you discover about yourself?
I discovered that I wasn't kind to myself, actually. I think, like, I would do certain things. I never really paid attention to it before, but I would do certain things and I would just hear, like, are you stupid? In my head. How could you do such a thing? And it felt like every mistake I made was an end of the world mistake. And I'm like, you can't continue talking to yourself like this. I discovered that I wasn't where I wanted to be with God. That was very valid for me. I wanted to. There was something I wanted. There was a relationship I wanted. And I wasn't there at all. And, I discovered that I hadn't forgiven myself for certain mistakes I had made. And, but I discovered that I genuinely tried to be a good person. And that's something to be proud of. I can do better. Like, I can make mistakes and pick myself up with the help of God, move on. Like, I could do better. I could be a better me. And I think those things, like, I genuinely started to discover things that I loved about myself. I'm teachable. I don't find it so difficult to say sorry. I am very firm about my beliefs. It is something I am really proud of. It's something I thought was a problem, but like I'm really happy that when I believe something to be right, like regardless of what the side is saying, I hold on to. Like it looks like obstinacy. So my mom says this thing that, Nifemi will know that her dialogue with you and then she'll go and do what it is that she wants to do. Yeah. And it has its bad sides, but I'm grateful that for the truths that I genuinely believe, I hold on to them and I don't let myself be shaken in those things. I'm valuable. I'm precious. It's something that I'm discovering every day. Sometimes I backtrack and I'm like, oh, I wish I was that person. And then I'm like, no, you don't have to be. Like, that person is that person, and that's beautiful. But there's something inside you, and I'm pretty sure, and I tell myself that I'm very sure as you discover it, you start to feel comfortable in your own skin, and you see that it's not about being this person or being that person. Who is Babanifemi? What do I bring to the table? And I can own it. I can be bold about the things that I do well. I don't have to, modest be. I'm not saying you shouldn't be humble, but I'm saying if you are good at something, let people know that you are good at it. Like, take those opportunities, take those steps. If you have to post and say, this is what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Own the things that you are good at. I'm learning it. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's easier to just retreat and say, you know what, I don't have the strength. I don't want to fight. But I actively do try to say things. Oh, I wasn't cool with what you did. In my head, I'm saying it, and it makes all the difference. Or I'm doing those things, and it makes all the difference.
When you take out time to really look at yourself, you now know how to take care of yourself. And that's the amazing thing. You know how to take care of yourself, because when you look at yourself and you see your good sides and your bad sides, and you see your weaknesses, you're now able to think, okay, how can I manage myself? How can I take care of myself so that I will be okay? Yeah. Because when you're busy trying to be someone else and you're busy trying to fit in, you're stuck.
Yeah, you are.
Because you're not changing. You're just pretending to be something else, but your flaws are still there. Your weaknesses are still there. You've not done anything about yourself or taking care of yourself. And then by the time you now finally say, okay, I want to look at myself, you now see that, wow, there has been no progress. Yeah. There has been no progress. Yeah. So I feel like that's one thing I discovered when I decided to become more self-aware. I now realize I know how to take care of myself. I see now that I'm the kind of person that I need constant self-assurance. Like, I need to constantly keep talking to myself. Every single day, I need to tell myself, Sophia, you're worth it. Sophia, you are intelligent. Yeah. Because sometimes the way your brain can psych you to make you feel like, gosh, you're so stupid. How could you do this? You're so dumb. Like, see, when I know that I have that tendency to self-doubt and all, now I know I need to keep countering it. Like,
you affirm yourself.
I have to keep affirm myself. Like, every day I know, okay, Sophia, you're intelligent. You can handle this. You can speak to this person because you are intelligent. Your parents put you in school, so you are smart. It's not like you are someone that cannot think for yourself. You know that you are smart and you can handle this situation. So I know that I'm that person. I need that. I also know that I'm the kind of person that if you just put me on the spot to talk about how I feel, it will be difficult. So I need to have time to myself to process how I feel about something before I communicate it. Because I used to make that mistake a lot with people in the past. Like, they'd be like, oh, Sophie, what do you think about this? And I just blurt out how I feel. I'm like, oh, I'm okay with it. I'm fine. Like, okay, let's do it. But I'm not okay with it. And sometimes I process things slowly. It's not after I've left this and I go home. And I'm like, oh my God, I really don't want to do this thing. I'm not okay with it. So now I've learned that I need to say, let me think about it.
Yeah, that's really valid. Yeah.
Like, let me think about it first and know what I want to do. That is protecting yourself. Do you get? Like, as I'm talking, I just remembered one thing I heard. I don't know whether it was a TikTok I saw. But one man was talking about social anxiety.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, the reason why people have social anxiety, like the anxiety actually comes from your brain knowing that you cannot protect the body. I don't know how to explain it. Like, your brain is saying that, like, your brain knows that this person cannot protect us. Do you get? So it's anxious. In the sense that in this social setting, we cannot protect ourselves if they bully us here, or if they tell us to do anything to fit in. We will not defend ourselves and say, no, I'm not going to do it, or no, I'm not comfortable doing it. We're just going to conform, and then we're going to be uncomfortable, or we will not know how to handle the situation. So the brain is panicking, and that's why you feel anxiety. So I feel like if anyone who wants to overcome that social anxiety, you need to first know how to protect yourself, and assure your brain that in this situation
we're good.
I will protect you. Like I will say no if this thing is uncomfortable. I will speak up. I will do this, and I will leave this situation if I'm not comfortable doing it. So I feel like that is just the first. That's where I'm at. Like trying to tell myself like I will protect you in this situation with other people. I will say no when I need to. I will put our own interests. Like I will work for our own best interests. Do you get? So that's basically all stems from self-awareness, and I feel like that's what I discovered about myself. When you look at yourself, you know how to take care of yourself, how to manage yourself, and how to protect yourself, because you know, okay, this is where I'm weak at, this is where I'm scared, or this is where I feel unsafe. So I know how to protect myself. I know that I need to cut this short fast, or I need to let go of this person, or I need to leave this situation, or leave this project, or leave whatever. Have you ever lost relationships because you chose to own up to your truth, and how do you deal with that?
I wouldn't say I lost them. Well, we still keep in contact, but I do know that we're not as close as we used to. I was talking to my brother about it, because I was like, where I am in Abuja, I didn't have a lot of friends. Now where I'm working, I see a lot of people that I'm working with as friends, because being your authentic self, right, you get your people. Like it's just people who respect you and all. But I was telling him that like I'm not I don't have friends, I don't have people, all the people I know are far away and all that. And he was not like, when you have friends now, and maybe you're not just relating with them the way you used to. And I'm like, well, we're not seeing things the same way anymore, or we don't have the same beliefs, or we're not looking in the same direction anymore. So even if we were to chat or were to talk, there would be tension, not because we're fighting, but because it feels like we're now different people. I'm not who I used to be, because I decided to own up to a particular part of my life that I had kept hidden or suppressed for a while. It hurts more when you have some sort of common ground with those people. You genuinely enjoy spending time in those situations or being in those places, but you know that you can't continue if you are going to be all of you. I think I just keep telling myself that for everyone who has to step out of my life, there will be someone who will step in. And it's not about replacing those people. It's about a community who will help you to become who it is that you are supposed to be. Like I said, you know, when we had your birthday, your 21st, and there were, like I told you, the people that came, even your 20th, it was, I could see why you were such a, how do I put it? I always knew you were a delightful person, right? But like seeing the people that were around you, it just gave context, because I'm like, I understand why Sophie can be herself in certain situations. I understand why, you know, she says certain things the way she does. Like the people around her feel like they are feeding that energy. So it's not just you emitting positive energy and getting negativity back. You have people who are like channeling positive energy back into you. So it feels like you're not getting tired. Like it's not like you don't have stressful days. It's not like you don't have disagreements, but they are on your wavelength and they value you. Do you understand? So for any person who had to walk out of your life, you have your community and they are worth it, because they are with you through thick and thin. And I think of it like that. For everybody who had to leave for one reason or the other, or who I don't talk to as much as I used to because of the person I'm becoming, I have people, they may not be a lot, but I have people who I can call on the phone or chat with that will make me laugh and will feed the person I'm becoming, you know, and will encourage me and will believe in me, you know, because, you know, I was a totally different person and now I'm, you know, stepping out, and that's fine. You can always decide to you can always decide that, okay, this isn't working, let me try something new. Don't be afraid to start again. Like, it's your life, you have to live with you for the rest of your life. So break out, you know, and that. And I have people who will tell me when I'm feeling discouraged or when I'm feeling tired or burnt out, and tell me, you can do it. Like, we believe in you. You may not see it. You know, for every person who has ever said to me, even what you don't see, we see. Like, you don't see this thing about yourself, but I see it. You say it. I have friends who say it. Like, oh, you don't believe that about yourself. You may not believe this, but we see it. And let that fuel into it. Take that energy that, I may not see it right now, but there are people who see it. And they're not lying to me. It's there. And use it to, like, channel it into whatever it is that you are doing right now. And I do that. And it does birth results. So I think that's it. I try to look away from the old and focus on the new. The new people, the new opportunities.
How has owning up to your true self impacted your life? Like, what are the changes that you are now experiencing in your life, in your relationships, in everything?
I think I'm enjoying my life more. I think I'm allowing myself to breathe. I am getting more confident. I'm definitely getting more confident. I think I'm more excited about the things to come. I think I'm also learning to love myself. I think it's a beautiful thing. It feels like life is fuller when you own up to your true color. It feels like you start to attract the certain type of people who, I don't know how it happens, just see that, like, whenever I'm in a space where I feel safe and I start to talk and people start to laugh, like, it makes me think, because I know that most people see me as a serious, quiet person, especially with my glasses. I'm not wearing my glasses today. I'm hoping never to wear them for the rest of my life. But anyhow, I'm like, okay, you can be funny, and that's okay. But you can also be serious. You can also be quiet. You can also, and it's fine. Like, it's fine. I think that's what I'm learning. That it's fine. I will be fine, and everything's going to work out amazingly well. I'm not here by mistake. There's something I am supposed to do. More than one thing, basically. There are a lot of spaces I'm supposed to fill. There are a lot of people I'm supposed to meet. A lot of adventures I'm going to be on. There are a lot of roles and positions and offices that I'm going to take up. And, and that's amazing. I will do it as Babanifemi.
Being yourself is making sure that you enjoy your life. We only have one life. Why would you spend the one life that God has given you living for other people? Tell me about a moment in your life when you felt the freest and the most unapologetically yourself.
I think we were discussing this earlier, and I think it has to do with the people. There are certain people who if I'm around, I just, like, I don't even notice. I just become like, and being Babanifemi isn't energetic, it's not quiet, it's just comfortable. Like, it just means that whether quiet or energetic, I don't feel like I'm going to be judged. I feel like I'm accepted just the way I am. And you can tell, normally it expresses itself as excitement, but you can tell that even when my social battery goes down, and I'm just looking in my head, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, they are still my people. Nobody's going to come and say what's wrong with her and all that. Like, so I think in those spaces I have like different anytime I am planning something, anytime I'm in that mood where we're organizing something, I think I can block out whatever, and whoever it is that you're seeing in that moment is probably Babanifemi. When I'm with my friends, people like Sophee, like, for instance, when we I think we had 2 or 3 hangouts, BBG. We had the Korean food first. We went to Annie's place, and then you've had 4 because you went for the ice cream.
The ice cream one,
I was in come and see Sophie breaking down whatever it is that she was doing. 10 reasons why
catch me talking about K-pop. Catch me.
So anyhow, you could see how excited I was because I was. But then even after the excitement died down and we're walking and just talking, I was still Babanifemi. When I'm in church with my people, I'm also very comfortable. When I'm with once I feel safe, I'm free. Like, you can see any shade, and any shade you see will be authentically me. You get, because you're not just one thing. That's the truth of the matter. There are times when you're tired, times when you're bubbly, there are times but you can tell when this is me. This is who I genuinely want to be in this moment. So I think those are it's the people. It's the people
actually. I love when you talk about how, like, even when your social battery is down, you're still comfortable, and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
When you're with people that you don't feel safe with, when your social battery goes down, you feel like, oh my god,
you still
it's
have
going
to
to
put up a
affect.
front.
I have to fix it now. I have to fix it. But like when you're with your people, even when your social battery dies, like doesn't matter. Like we will chill with each other like that. Like we don't need to have a high social battery
It doesn't
to be
have
together.
To be out there,
And I just feel like that's amazing. So I think for me, like she said, where I feel like most myself is when I'm with my friends, when I'm with Nife. Like Nife and I have so many similar mentality ways. So like when I'm with her, it's like just connected to the Bluetooth.
So
immediate.
It's ready to pair.
Like it's just
from the beginning,
and we're just able to like vibe.
Genuinely, Sophie was one of. I don't know if I've told you, like that day when I walked into our room in 200, I made up my mind. Never again will I be socially awkward. My roommates will love me. So I don't know, in my head I was just like, I have to do everything. I have to do everything and everything. But you were so like I had not experienced that thing where I come into a room and I am not the one who has to meet the other person at a certain. It was like you were waiting. You are here now. Now let me show you who I am. It was exactly like that. It was like I just came in. I was expecting a hi, and then everybody would be chill until we really got to know each other. But I remember you adjusted yourself on your bed. I go, hi, what's your name? I've been here for you people left me in the room, whatever, and there was a rat and there was a whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, she's talking. Yeah. If she's talking, I can meet her. Like halfway. I'm not, and it was like there was no quiet time. There was no time for, and you were telling me about Tofu. You were telling me how there was an extra bed. I was the third person to move in. Started talking about football because I was a football nut that time.
Yeah, are you still a football nut? I feel like you are. Why you say was? Why you using was?
I stopped for a while because Chelsea was doing rubbish and I could not raise my head in public. But I think like we're doing really well now, so I'm coming back into that era. So like I was telling you about Jessie, I was
Babanifemi's life. The love of Babanifemi's life. Oh my god.
He's playing in South Korea now. He's playing in South Korea now. But that's besides the point. So that's not. I'm just like, you've always been such a pleasant person, and I don't think it was a people pleasing thing. I think you are just made up your mind that you were going to be friendly with whoever it was that walked into the room. And that energy was so beautiful. Before we knew it, Esther started tabernacling in our room. Like we had so much fun
in that room.
Like eating together, planning things together. Like the time I had a crush on He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Ooh.
Shall not be named. And like we had a planning session. Oh my goodness. I think that was my first experience of sisterhood. Like we sit down, like your matter is our matter. Yeah. Let's settle this.
How are you going to Those were good times. Good times. Like we had a strategy going on.
We did.
Damn.
I would have events and they would just come.
Oh, like, yes, we used to go for department cultural day.
Oh my goodness.
It was always so fun.
It was like, you don't know. I was like,
so fun.
I have people
that we are always
like
coming.
I have people. It was really nice, and they didn't make it seem like they were doing me a favor. Like it was never like, oh, let's help your ministry. It was like it's our friends event. Let's go, and like being like having fun on their own, even without mixing with everyone. Like just finding fun within ourselves. Like it was. A sisterhood is a great thing, guys. I can't lie. Oh my gosh,
that's what I'm saying. Like it
is, and I didn't have to change who I was to be with them. It was really nice. Like I always look fondly at 200 level.
Me too. And I love because 200 level for me, because I was a direct entry student, so that 200 level was like my first university experience. And the reason why, like, I was like, okay, because I was the first person to get to
she was.
And I suffered. You guys, there were rats in that room. I will not name the hostel because I don't want to spoil their business. But that hostel in UI, Rats. It was terrible. They terrorized me in that room, and I was the only one in the room.
Yeah, at the time.
It was terrible. So like I was literally waiting, like, when are my roommates coming in? And I think Tofumi just came to drop her things and she left. So she did not move into the room.
No, before I had come in, she had already moved.
Before you came, she had moved in. Okay. But she wasn't around when you came.
Yeah, she wasn't around. It was just you.
So I was like, okay, Tofumi is there. Who's the next person that wants to come? So when Nife came into the room, I was like, okay, I want to, because this was my first year, so I wanted to have a good relationship with my roommates, and I wanted to just like make new friends, coming from secondary school and everything. So that's why when she came in, I was like, okay, Ife is here, let me get to know her.
Energy is so beautiful.
Let's vibe and everything. And I needed to report those rats to her because
she was very serious about it. Just like sometimes I'll be sleeping, I'll just hear them moving around.
They ate all my biscuits, you guys.
What a hostel.
Imagine sleeping and literally hearing them snacking.
That could actually be true.
I couldn't even do anything. I was like, just eat it. Yeah, when I'm with my friends, I feel most like myself. Also, when I'm doing things that I love doing, like because I'm into like creative directing and all of those. So when I'm working on stuff like that, because anything that has to do with me using like my brain, like directly from my brain to the project. E.g. this podcast. So like this podcast is basically just me talking and expressing myself. So I feel like myself when I'm doing this. And the fact that I do it with my friends, it makes me like so comfortable. So yeah, Sophie's Safe Space is where I also feel like I am myself, because I'm just speaking from my brain through my mouth to you people's ears, literally. So yeah, when I do the things that I love to do, when I'm with the people who I love, I'm good. That's me. Like, that's when I feel the most like myself. All right. The final question is, what are your words? Like your final words, general advice to anyone out there who is struggling to be their authentic self.
Go on that journey, but learn to love yourself. Genuinely do. You're an amazing person. You make mistakes, but then we all do, right? You're a work in progress, but that's fine. As long as like you are not just giving up and saying, this is how I've always been, I'll forever be like this, For everyone who is doing their best to change, it's like you get a well done. You get like a high 5, a high 10. Like, we are rooting for you. That's like everybody is rooting for you. Whether they know it or not, you are amazing, because it's just, like we said, it's so easy to just fit into the mold and just do what everybody else is doing. But for every time you decide to do better, every time you decide to speak up, step out, that's a great well done.
If you are already making effort to love yourself, you already do.
Yeah.
Because we always feel like self-love is one thing that's fine, and then we're all just trying to get to it. But like, when you start taking decisions to love yourself, when you start making those little efforts, even the smallest efforts when you start trying to love yourself, you already do. That's just it. When you start trying, you already do. So that is a gradual process, You're not just going to wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm just myself now, I'm so confident, I'm amazing.
Even people who really do love themselves and have that high level of self-awareness have moments of self-doubt.
We're literally still on that journey.
And it's a beautiful one,
Exactly.
Every day is a new one.
You learn so much about yourself on that journey, and it's beautiful. So enjoy the journey, actually.
That's it.
Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the self-discovery. Enjoy everything about it. Like, it's a really beautiful experience, and that is all that life is about. Learning, becoming better every day.
That's it. Becoming
every
better.
single day.
That's it.
So yeah, you're good. Like, you're good. Trust me. Fighting. See, I'm sure they can tell that.
They can tell.
We are Korean.
Yeah.
Korean content consumers. We are basically.
I went on a break for a while, but this Christmas, I think
I've gone. See, my relationship with BTS. I don't even know how to feel because I know I am still an army at heart. Like, but when they went on that break, it's like it went down. Like, I won't lie, it went down. But
I even had to give myself a break. How are we talking about it? Like it's all serious.
Like it's all serious. I'm sure you're looking at us like
it's just music. No, but you have to be in the culture to understand.
Yeah, I know that there are armies out there who can relate. Who can relate.
I think I just gave myself that break because I think it was a form of escapism for me as well. I wasn't facing life because I could always run back and
it's always good to just look at those beautiful men and just be like,
wow, you know. And there's so much content. Like you find so much. So I gave myself. I think I listened maybe once this year. From this year I told myself no K-pop.
I was even shocked. Like my Spotify rap. I did not see Bangtan Sonyo dance in my top 5 artists. I was like, nah, this is real. Something has changed.
This is real.
Because 2023 they were my number 1. 2022, 2021, and 2020. Because I started listening to them in 2020.
Yeah.
So from 2020 to 2023, they were my number 1 artist. Then 2024, they were not even on the list again. I was like, something has changed. But I still love them. Like when I'm scrolling and I see them.
It's part of
it
life.
was cute. Yeah, it was a nice experience.
It is.
The fact that I met so many amazing people.
We did.
Through the love of BTS, through my army family, we met so many people. And we were able to bond. Like, I remember those days, it was not 300 level. Me and Nife, Nife, because we're not in the same room again. So Nife will come to my room and we will spend hours.
Just be talking.
Watching K-pop music
videos. We were just watching. Would be analyzing
thank you. We'll be analyzing the dance moves from me. Analyzing everything.
This person is better with stage presence. This person is a better dancer. This person is this. This person is
the visual of the group.
The visual of the group.
The main rapper.
Oh gosh.
The main lead
singer.
On.
This one is the main. This one is the lead. What's the difference? Why is it?
This one is my bias. This one is my bias wrecker. God, I said the K-pop culture is a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot, to be honest.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
I feel like now we're just in a different phase of our lives.
We're growing. Different things are starting to present themselves as priorities. That's the thing.
So it's good. And so I feel like that was something we were actually bold with too.
We were.
Because
not at first.
The stigma.
Because it's like, for goodness sake,
people who listen to K-pop and watch K-dramas.
K-dramas are still more acceptable.
Oh, you're listening
to K-pop. I didn't even know it was a thing. Like the first time I discovered BTS, I would come up and I would post them on my K-drama. People would be like,
"You're one of them." Are you okay? So you're one of them.
Yeah, forgetting over.
But actually, I don't send though.
It was after I started talking to you that means I was like, you know what, I don't send.
And even when
I
found other people,
it's easier when you're like people even post more than you who are more into. You're like,
till now. Annie and Ella on their TikTok, they still post.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Annie posts. I think her TikTok, she uses it for like gymming stuff. Okay. Like, and Ella too, she talks about like K-pop and everything.
Ella talks
like
Ella
those girls don't send anybody. Actually, at first, it wasn't something I would voluntarily say.
Yeah, no, it's not that I did share.
I would somewhere. Then if I hear somebody else talking about it, they're like, oh. So you K-pop and then you unleash. And then people around you will be like, who are these weirdos? But you didn't care. But we didn't care. But when we were together, like we and the other army girls, and we are in public, we did not care about anybody.
If you were at the Korean food fest and you saw those group of girls, that was us.
The group of girls were making noise.
We did everything. We did every single
single activity at that event.
Genuinely, that's the first time we played the Mafia game. We went out for the dance challenge, whatever. We took pictures.
Oh God. We wore the handball.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have that video. Fun. It was really fun.
Those are good times. So learn from that, you guys. Any passion that you like, whether it is something that is widely accepted or not, own it. Yeah. We owned our K-pop era. Like,
to we the best of our
Bangtan Sonyo Dan, man. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening to this episode. Nife, thank you so
for
much
having me.
For
I was
coming.
so excited.
Oh God, this was fun.
When you sent the VN, I was like, oh my goodness, number one, a podcast, number two, me.
Why not you?
Genuinely, it was a thing.
Please, I knew it would be easy because I know that Nife is very eloquent, like the way she speaks. She speaks well. One, and I've also heard her on another podcast. So I was like, when I'm doing my own, you must be there. You must be there. So even when I started my podcast, I already knew the people that I was with. So I was like, Nife is definitely one of them because, like I said, we have so much like in common in the way we like see things and think and process stuff. So I knew that if we had a podcast together, it would be sweet. So, and it was. I really, really enjoyed it. I really
had fun. Thank you.
So, like, thank you so much, guys, for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope that you were able to learn something from this about being yourself. You guys go out there and be yourself authentically. Don't send anybody, papa. Be yourself. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being a part of Sophie's Safe Space. You are always welcome to the safe space. Always. So, yeah, love you guys. Bye.